Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. How lovely it is of you to join us here into this beautiful new moon in the month of July, the 17th in the sign of Cancer. So, Spirit has guided us to do this reading differently. As you can see in the intro, we've already pulled your cards, and we will show you the cards once again more detailed so you can see them and have a deeper understanding. So we pulled your cards 2 days ago, and we kind of had to sit with this because every time that we wanted to record, Spirit keeps saying no, it is not the time, and I am just listening to that guidance and just wanting to deliver you the best messages to help you in your growth. That's the whole point of this channel. So thank you all for being here and for connecting. I hope that the lighting is okay. The weather is very rainy and shifty, so sometimes it could be very sunshiny and then dark and gloom. So I hope that the video doesn't get so affected by that. That is what I want to say before we begin everything. There's a lot to unpack. So as always, in the description box below, I will always add more information about the full moons or the new moons that we are currently being energetically connected to. So this new moon is very, very special. I mean, the reason why we ask you all to pick a number 1 to 7 is because Spirit gave it to us that something significant will happen every month. So therefore, when we're going through these numbers, I want you to connect with that master of the number that you picked, because your spirit team and spirit guide and your higher self has an extra message in that particular pile. Now, this reading will be about this new moon, and we will read it completely about what is happening right now. But also in every month, that is how Spirit gave it to us. In every month, something will be more significant, connecting to these energy in the collective. So that's why. So this video, you can view this video all the way to January 2024. So it is like a forecast prediction, because of the energies that are entering are very, very much so huge and big. So to just kind of feel ease in your mind with all of this transit and happenings energetically, to kind of have this forecast as Spirit gave it to us, will be more easier to connect with and understand for you. So I hope that is helpful. So whatever if you couldn't choose between numbers, it was 2 or 3, just pick those numbers, and as we're going through these, what Spirit is giving us to each and every pile, we are going to unpack it with extra cards to clarify. So as we're going through this, we're going to clarify later on. So don't worry about that, but I really want you all to get the most out of this new moon, because it is a new beginning. So let's just start with the new moon here in Cancer. So the new moon in Cancer is connected to home. Okay, so home and connections and relationship. And lately we've been having this big energetic entering of relationship. It's like kind of screaming back at you, relationships. So it's all about relationships in this beautiful month. So everyone that we're connecting to, it can be from our family to our community, but also to our workspace. Spirit kind of gave that to us, that everything in our relationship is actually mirroring into the workspace that we are currently in. So it all ripples out and into each other. As you know, this is a channel, Dimensions of Love. So we know that it is all about dimensions. Astrologically, the same way goes there. It is so many dimensions happening there that you can get lost if you just start to look into it. So I'm just going to narrow it down very, very simply for you so you can get the most information that will benefit you and also to bring you an understanding. So about this relationship in the Cancer sign, it is emphasized of your relationship to yourself also, meaning that how do you see yourself? Where is your confidence? Because when we have low self-esteem, when we feel less about ourselves, studies has shown that in many different ways, studies that have made on people that have low self-esteem always tend to have different addictions. Okay, so addictions are so much, very much tied into how we feel about ourselves and where we see ourselves. So just this, because we felt this energy in our field about confidence and how it's connected to how we eat, how we speak, how we interact with others, all of that is connected to going back to yourself. So this Cancer, it is asking you in this Cancer new moon that you need to reevaluate the relationship that you have to yourself. And how do you see yourself, and where does all those addiction tie in? Why am I talking about addiction specifically? Because I'm doing tarot readings every month to just check in with the energies of the day. And I'm getting a lot of Capricorn energy, which is very strange. It's very earthly. So it talks about grounding, but I feel more the energy of the devil card. So addiction and different type of addiction. And spirit, and they're giving it to me as in that ties into the confidence that we have with ourselves, which relationship that we allow to be in our life, which relationship has overstayed their welcome. Relationships that we need to let go of. Sometimes we can get very caught up into not knowing how it will work, especially if it's a home in a family environment, and let's say you're making more money living with a person and it's convenient, and now this split has to happen, and it creates a lot of difficulties because now you're on a tighter budget and it's more difficult, and how the energies are rippling out into the world. There's a lot of insecurities in that area. Why am I saying this? Because Pluto is being retrograde right now. We got 4 planets in this month going retrograde, which meaning that they appear to be going backwards. That's not so much of the issue. It more brings out not so good qualities within ourselves, especially when we're talking about Pluto, because Pluto is a lot of uncertainty and scarcity. So when we have this mindset of I'm having less and I have to deal with this, I don't want it, but at the same time, I need to be in this relationship, however it falls into your life. This can also be in your works environment, that I get paid here and I know this is secure, and if I'm not feeling that I want to be here and removing myself from this will cost me, and we kind of don't want that. We want this security because Cancer is all about security. You want to feel secure. You want to feel secure in your home, in your environment of how you feel. So that is very much so tied into the wholeness of the energy of Cancer, this new moon. But the beauty of it is that in the new moon, we can step into new energy, so we can start something new. So if you want to do some rituals, if you're into doing rituals, not everyone is, but mostly I would say always use the new moon because it's more accurate when you're using your attention. If you like to write it down, there is different type of rituals that you can do. You can just write down simple things as you're moving forward to kind of manifest to yourself. It's good to write down everything that you wish to see into your new beginning, whether it's relationship, workspace. Write it down or make rituals as we have made of ours that we're going to go into the forest and just complete, that we made from the full moon that we had. So you can do it differently depending on how you feel most comfortable in yourself. That has nothing to do with it. It's more visual for me with the rituals, that it amplifies the attention. And when we set the attention, we can create and manifest more easier, because this reality is bendable. So everything that can bend can be changed. And we can use it to our advantage, especially when we're working with service of everyone involved. So more to know about this new moon here in Cancer is the security. So in this workplace, when we're supposed to move in, we got 4 planets. We're working with Pluto. So be careful with that scarcity, not to fall in that. The star of the show here, I have to say, is Jupiter, because Jupiter enters when we're going into the Leo season, but we will talk more about that in further videos. Right now, let's just stick to Cancer, and Pluto will be the start on the 22nd. So if you're doing something this month, this July on the 22nd, that will be a very much so favorable date to switch or to change something, okay? So that will be our star. But we also have Neptune and Saturn. So when we have Saturn, and that was the Capricorn card again, connecting to Saturn, connecting to the Devil card, and all of them are being connected to addiction, okay? And Saturn is all about restrictions. So we're being restricted from the Saturn, and it's going backwards. So everything is whacked out. It could be like in societies and in cooperation, things are not going smoothly. It's going backward because it is also dissolving and it is restructuring. So as it's going backward, it's a lot of mistakes, and Pluto likes, I'm sorry, Saturn likes to hold on very tightly, okay? So it is restriction and wanting to hold you and control you type of energy. So when we're dealing with that in reverse, it can be kind of like a pull and push. It can be very difficult to, it's very difficult to even explain it energetically, really, to be honest. But if you see it as right at this time, as we're going through this, it can be so easily when we are in this new moon in Cancer that we might fall into addictions that are coming back that are old. So they have been dissolved and are ready to be let go, but all of a sudden they're coming in very much so strongly. And if it's a feeling of, as in the Cancer, you're losing control of the situation, but everything is the way that it's supposed to be. So just don't end up being in Pluto with the scarcity happening, because that will be easy. So if you know this information right now, that can ease your mind, just knowing that, okay, that's why I'm going back to this, that's why this is entering. Because if we have more information of how the energies are working around us, and energy effects, we're like a ripple effect to everything, so we are affecting each other in that sense. Everything is affecting everything when it happens, whether it's locally or collectively, okay? So try to work a little bit locally here when you go into yourself in this Cancer moon. So what can you change around you? What relationship are toxic and are serving more to this pull, connecting to Pluto and the Saturn, okay? So because I'm saying this of Neptune, which is the 4th planet that is going retrograde, okay? So I'm saying that when we are connecting with Neptune, Neptune is very spiritual in that sense, that we need to have, if you work in an environment where there's no spirituality connected to it, it just feels very empty to you, because you want to feel home. You want to feel that where you are working has that connection. Perhaps you work in an environment where they say that they take care of mental health, but you know that it's toxic and they do not take care of any of that they are claiming to do. And you can see it clearly, which makes it more difficult for you. So this is a time to reevaluate that, because Neptune really wants you to, if you're working with something, it has to be something that will benefit not only you but also the world, because it's this drive that's coming right now. It's this energy pull to everyone, pulling us into this direction, that it has to be some type of spirituality. It has to be real. It can't be based on fakeness, because it really agitates every soul right now energetically. So we're being asked to be pulled up from that, okay? So that's our 4 planets. The beauty of this is that the star will be here Jupiter. Jupiter is beautiful. It is such an abundant planet with so many moons, and so it's the biggest planet in our star system here. So it's just prosperity. It is gift. It is joy. It is given. So we have a lot of beautiness coming into the season. Just very, very overwhelmingly beautiful, to be honest. It's just take all of that in, and don't end up in those scarcities, and don't end up in those old cycle, and recycle everything that needs to be recycled from relationship to, because you have the power in you. Okay, we've given away our power so much that we seem to believe that we don't have any saying here, because that's the illusion that Saturn is giving us. But when Saturn goes retrograde, Saturn is kind of off balance himself too. So there we have the opportunity to see that no, we actually also have the power. We can also set things in motion in our way. We can also put our manifestation forward and not just manifest for someone else's wants and needs. And this could be energetically from your society to a cooperation, to a job situation, to a family situation where you're required to be or to do something in a certain way that doesn't serve you anymore. So just breaking through that and accepting everything that needs to leave and letting it go, trusting that the universe is there with you, okay? So there was a lot for this new moon, but it's a beautiful energy to start. At the same time, there are these energies that kind of making this start very different. It's like hacking, and then it's moving forward. So it's kind of like holding it in. And here we have the energy from everyone involved. Okay, so Spirit has given this to us because we keep asking, why can we, if we know everything that we need to do, those who have done the work, those are that are moving forward and has this passion to do something out in the world, that feel this call, which I believe many of you that are watching this already feel inside of you. And I ask Spirit, why are we being pulled back? Why is this pull? And they just keep answering the same thing, that everyone needs to be considered at this time. Everyone needs to learn what they need to learn. So sometimes we get pulled back, and we're put in a waiting spot, even though that we're ready, because we need to let everyone be ready too. It's like the same way when you have finished and completed something, you say, I'm ready, and you just want to go away from there because you're already ready, but everyone else is still writing the test. And it's like, it's this thing where we need to respect each other. Some of them will be more slower than others, and for their benefit, we need to trust that in the bigger whole picture, that this will benefit everyone. So if you're put into this spot that you're waiting, and now you're feeling like energetically you're starting to make mistakes because the Saturn is pulling you, so you're maybe indulging in eating too much, or you don't have your routine because the summer has started. If all of these things are there and pulling you somehow, just take a deep breath and relax and know that this is all natural. This is happening energetically, and nobody is an exception here, okay? As an energy reader, I'm feeling it a lot. So it's been very difficult, and just to feel in all of this energy. We're being asked now in this new moon also to not bring in and be emotional and put this baggage on that we need to be there for everyone else, okay? You need to be there for yourself right now. Look into your confidence. Do things that will build your confidence emotionally, physically, mentally. Just keep yourself in check and in line so that you can receive everything that you need to receive, okay? Because it's so important in the sign of Cancer that home is where the heart is. So if you're not okay in your heart, wherever you are, it will just feel like you're in a foreign place. So just stay in your heart and stay connected, okay? This is what this new moon energy is bringing. And always look in the description box and you will see it so much more detailed. I'm just delivering these words that are needed right now, okay? So let's just get into it because this is a lot. I asked Spirit to give me extra energy because just looking at all of these masters, these are powerful masters we picked here. all of these 7 cards. And I picked 7 cards because I was asked by spirit to pick these 7 cards for the 7 month. So just keep we're just keeping this energy of 777, these portals. We're all here in dimensions of love into this portal. I've meditated upon you, and I've sent so much energy into you entering this very quickly. So all of you are included, and if you're new here, it doesn't matter, you're still a part of this. These readings are always general, but of course mostly for the subscribers and those that are connecting energetically, because you are the ones that I'm giving this energy to, this energy exchange and messages that I'm feeling connecting to us. So we have this 7 portals, so therefore we have 7. And because I felt so much about the communication in the throat, a lot of healing in the throat chakra, speaking, saying what you were meant to say, to have an open communication. We've used these cards of Gabriel, which is, he dictated the Quran to Muhammad, was it once said. And also he's a very, if we see Gabriel in anything, he's so much connected to writing and speaking. So therefore I wanted something to help with guidance. What is the if we can take one action, what could it be? So therefore we have these angel cards underneath every master to see, to kind of give us a direction of how to move forward. And why I've picked 7 cards, I did not know, but they gave it to me in this way, that in every month this masters will be significant. So we have July, August, September, October, November, December, and going into January, ending here. So it is like a half, yeah, almost a whole season here, going into the winter and the fall. So just a lot of messages here for you, and I'm going to unpack these messages for you, and I hope to, someone is rushing. I feel this rushness. So again, because we've read about this energy before, if you're already feeling ready and you just want to go, just consider everyone, okay? Consider everyone around, okay? Not everyone is that fast. So just, it's good to be calm and collective. So let's just start here. We're going to pull extra cards, like we said, but let's just unpack this. So we got Serapis Bay. This is our first master on this July. And move into your true self. So you're moving into your true self. There has been a lot of darkness here, a lot of darkness. It's like I get this energy of being in a hole, alone, from one whole to a wholeness of everything. This is the visual that I'm getting, from a whole of one to a wholeness of everything. That is where you're stepping in here, and this master on this July month is helping you here to pull you out of this space that you didn't want to connect, you don't want it. And here is the card, this is the angel card from Gabriel here, saying deserving. So you are deserving. You've been putting yourself into this hole and not being sure, not having this this confidence, and spirit is saying to you, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to step into the light. This is the time. You've been in darkness. You've been there in that hole for so long. It is time for you to get into the wholeness of the universe and dance with everything, okay? Everything. Just get into it here, because you need to have this confidence within yourself. You need to trust that you're loving, and you need to trust that the universe wants you to be happy, wants you to be well. Of course, when you have been here in this dark space, it's been difficult, but with this spiritual master that is a highest priest, what he is delivering energetically to us as we view this card is that it is saying to you that all of this, acknowledge that it was difficult, and see all the lessons that it brought you being into this dark place. As you're stepping into the light, you're being supported, because you're going through an ascension here. You're going through ascension. You are leveling up. You're entering a whole new layer of existence. So I want to pull an extra card here. Why is this energy not deserving? For this new moon and moving forward, is there anything else that needs to be said here? Clarify one card for us here in this ascension. Thank you. Yes, because something is not clear. See, there's something, it is a new beginning because we have the Ace of Sword. It is a mental, but this mental new beginning is not beginning because there's something that you are mentally not seeing it completely clearly. So you're kind of holding it back, you're second guessing it, but it is here. The new beginning is here. You just need to turn that sword upright, because it is a little bit of a stalling. And that's what I feel with the energy here, is that when we are moving forward into this month here, that the aces are very powerful because they hold a new beginning. Okay, so with this reverse, it's exactly what I've been feeling energetically, that we are being stalled in a way. We're not meant to move forward. So I don't feel like this is a bad thing here, but you really need to feel that you deserve. You cannot let your mental mind start with the chatter that you don't deserve it. You deserve it, so step into the light. It became very bright after it rained right now. So what I'm feeling energetically right now is a call for you to, it is your time to step into light. I hope the video, that you can see the video, because it's getting very, very light here. Let's just continue here. That was beautiful. Let's continue to August. Okay, so because we're having this so much energy coming in, I'm already feeling it as I'm speaking, because I'm getting into the vibration of August. It's going to be so many super moons here, and the harvest moon. It is going to be a lot of energy that you can start to begin with projects, with everything, with a training regime, everything that you wanted to start with. And then we get the Master Krishna, okay, devotion, that you're being devoted to a path and you're being recognized. Here, of course, they're pulling you up from the light. Your devotion has been recognized here. And always this peacock feather with the feminine aspect. Your feminine and masculine aspects are being balanced out. It's very much so emphasized here. And you're unconditionally loved. And I feel like in August, you have this understanding. You have this clear understanding that you're unconditional love, and it's just helping you. I feel like you're light workers, many of you. That's what I'm feeling very strongly, because the light just keeps they just keep giving it to me. A light worker, you are supposed to do something big here in this lifetime. You perhaps don't know what it is right now, and I can see that connection with writers group here. Okay, so writers group is saying that you need to connect with a group to enhance your writing skill. This is very specific for someone. If you're writing something that involves your family or your experiences of something, that you need to consider everyone being involved. Like, give them a heads up that this book is going to come out, and you don't have to read it if you don't want to, but this is my experience. This was very specific, I feel, but generally for all of you that are watching this right now, this is kind of saying there is some art form, there is something that you're skilled in, and Spirit is nudging you to find that group. You need to find that group, like-minded people that are doing kind of the same thing as you, so that you can connect here. This is the push that you're getting here from Krishna, that you need to find that group where you feel supported. Because I don't feel like you've been supported. In this group that you've been around, especially if you're a light worker, I feel like you've been ridiculed, you've been bullied, because your perspective hasn't been seen with the energies around you. And that's why Spirit, I feel like Spirit is going to, because our first card that we got in this reading, you can see it in the intro, is we were shuffling the cards and green tar fell out, and she's more like an alien energy. So she was circling around the earth, and she seen all of this suffering in earth. So she starts to cry, and on earth, and it says that her tears were such a blessing, but she's connected to those souls that are meant to do otherworldly things. And I feel like she's connecting and really watching over you with this energy. She's really there. You have kind of like alien energies looking over you, all of you. I really want to say that and emphasize that, because that came in the reading in the beginning. And this is what I feel is connected here. Is this your devotion? This is what you're supposed to do. So continue to be in you, and you will get respected for that, because you have so much support. So in August, you're perhaps meeting a group, you're connecting with the group. Spirit is bringing someone into you in August that will help you to connect with those skills that you already have, to enhance them, and to feel a space where you can feel safe, because it's been very unsafe here. So let's just pull a clarifier. Do we have any clarifier here for August month on those super moons here? What does the viewer need to see here and no more? Thank you, Spirit. And we got the Queen of Cups. See here, we got the Queen of Cups. She's so given. This is the Cancer card, the Cancer season. And then we have her in reverse, the Queen of Cups. So she doesn't hold the same quality as an upright card. So what I'm feeling mostly here with the Queen of Cups in reverse is that, because we have been connecting with a lot of people and other, that you're emotionally given too much into a situation that you're not supposed to give. So this is what it's saying to you here. Instead of giving it to these people that trying to explain yourself to them, and trying to please them, having them to understand something that they cannot see, that they're not meant to see, because you're meant to be with this group, is saying to you that don't waste your emotional well-being into explaining and wanting them to understand something that they're not capable of, because that makes you emotionally unbalanced. So you need to consider yourself and make sure that, again, here we need to turn this one. You see how it is upside down because of all the retrogrades. I'm feeling that the cards are coming here also backwards. That's an interesting energy here. Wow. Okay, so please just be careful here when you're going through this in August, that you don't have to be a people pleaser here, okay? You need to go your own path, and you need to give that energy into yourself instead of explaining. You don't have to explain. Your group will be here. I feel like you are going to connect, but you need to save that energy for yourself, for your creativity, okay? So we're going into September now. So what happens here in September? We got Mercury and get the weight off your chest with communication card here, okay? So we have a lot of communication happening here in the month of September. So here, I feel like because it's connecting to August here, people might come in here and apologize or talk, because when you're here and you completely take back your energy, and this group will feel it, that you're completely disconnecting. I already feel like you have, but when you're stepping in here, you're completely disconnecting, especially when you start to connect with your soul family, with the people that you're supposed to be with. And I feel like this is going to trigger these past energies, and they might come in and apologize, and some wants to come in and just try to have that last push on you. But stay firm and speak your truth. Speak your truth, how you view this, but also listen and be heard. They're given to me, thank you, Spirit, they're giving it to me that you will be heard and you will hear. So there will be, yeah, I feel like this is the energy. It's an energy of a harmonious ending. Whatever it is that will end, or a new energy cycle that will start, you will be heard and you will hear. That's what they're giving very strongly to me. It will be such a give and take in these communication happening here in September. That will be very beautiful. So this is how amazing, you guys. I love that. Okay, so the other card we got was a let go. And this card is saying release the desire to control the situation and leave it up to God's infinite wisdom to solve everything beautiful. Okay, so here there's a feeling of when this conversation happens, when these conversations occur, that it might be very, we sometimes want to direct things of how we want them to the outcome to be, and spirit is saying here, like, release the outcome, just speak from your heart, speak clearly, and know that other forces will be there to redirect. Okay, remember, you will be heard, and you will also hear very clearly at this time. So this is beautiful. This is a beautiful communication here that will happen in the month of September for you guys. There's nothing to control. Spirit is given to me. They're giving it to me right now here, that someone is supposed to do something. You're supposed to, you're doing something, you're creating something with the planet Jupiter. You're doing something different, and you kind of want to explain what you're doing to investors or whatever that you're connecting to, but you're trying to, and I feel like they will understand you here in this month of September. They will understand fully what you're trying to do, and you will get support here. Thank you, Spirit. And they just want you to release this, just however you feel like this release is here, that you want to control, whether it is that you want to release the way that they're thinking about you here, to why you have the Queen of Cups here, why that you need to release. Is it the judgment? However you feel in your heart that this release is connecting to, I really want you to ask yourself this question, that what is it that you need to release? Is it an old belief system? Is it an old pattern that is holding you back, that has created that you've in the past have had these relationships keep reappearing in your life? What is it that you no longer need? This will fall into you if you will ask yourself this question honestly. Remember that any illusions or any blockages will be released completely when you're being honest to yourself. So be honest with yourself. What is it that you need to release? Okay, that is the message here. Let's just see an extra message. What more do we want to say here in September, but also right now happening? What needs to be released or communicated here? Thank you, Spirit. Let's see one card. Okay, King of Swords, again in reverse. 4 planets going retrograde, and of course we got the King of Swords in reverse. So this is a very harsh, very, very, very harsh, very cold, and very hard man. Just even upright, you cannot fool this king. Absolutely not. Like, he is mentally clear. But when it is in reverse here, it can be very cruel here. Okay, so involving all of these people, all of these connection, the King of Swords can cut through too hard when he is reverse. So I feel like the release is here is not to push it too hard. Okay, with these authorities, because this is also a card of authorities, and we've been talking about this also connecting to Saturn here, that maybe these authorities are holding it's energetically, I feel like someone is pulling people back. Like, I feel some authorities that have been controlling a group of people. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I see a group of people being controlled by just some few, and they need to release this, and they're holding it very hardly, and they don't want to express what they need to express here to let this group go. But this needs to happen. So this is a message for everyone involved, that everyone needs to let go of, because I feel like there's a fear here also for those authority. I don't know, I'm getting this specific, please take it how it resonates, but there is a group that has been used somehow with authorities, and they're kind of getting nervous of how that's going to come out and affect them. But Spirit is kind of saying here that it was an equal give and take, and the balance needs to be restored. So everyone needs to really let go here. It needs to be a letting go. But there will be a communication here, and I feel like it's going to benefit everyone. I don't feel like it's a negative thing that it's going. It kind of feels like, because the King of Swords in reverse, he's probably thinking about this, that this is going to be the biggest scandal for this company, or however it resonates. But in the whole picture, it's going to actually be good, because it wasn't sustained to begin with the way that it was going. So I feel like this communication is very much connected to authorities. And again, this Saturn, this restriction, these people that are wanting to do something else and new, and the same polarity force that doesn't want to allow them to do that, because this is the way that it's supposed to be. It's like kind of this right and left wing, when they like one is the other's opposite, and they are not understanding that that whole game is based on the both side existing, really. So as long as there this is better, this is worse, as long as that is existing, this game can be like a ping pong game. It just goes back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so what is happening here also energetically is the same way here. It's just this back and forth, but now Spirit is kind of melting them together. That's how I'm getting it. This is very difficult for me to deliver this message to you, because I feel like the words are very limited here. But try to see this analogy that you are kind of being brought in to blend in together, to understand that both are needed. It's this polarity that both are needed in some aspects, and when they are together in blended in harmony, it's very beautiful. Okay, because we need to have some rules, or some authorities. We need to have these things that are making things work. But when it gets too much on one side, or when it just is too much freedom that nobody is taking care of one another, it becomes chaotic like that. So it is this balance, bringing them in, and I feel like it's going to be beneficial to both parties. Someone specific here, light workers, if you're a light workers here and you're getting out of the situation because it's been a toxic place where your creativity couldn't blossom. I feel someone's creativity that is a light worker couldn't blossom in this workspace that you're working with, connecting with cooperation somehow. It blocked your creativity. You had a lot of creativity inside of you here. And in September, something's going to happen where this communication becomes so clearly that it brings a great outcome. But again, careful with that someone has a little fierce mouth. So just keep that communication and not restrict it or direct it in a certain way. Just state your truth and trust that the divine will always guide you. I would say that to you all that are feeling connected to being the light worker. So let's just go on here from September, moving into October, and it's just shifting to a different energy here. I feel a lot of loving energy. If you can see the cards, both cards are very red and very loving. Okay, so this is the card here. The card is Maria Magdalena. She's a teacher awakening. So this is what I feel for you that are light workers here. In October, something happens. And you are suddenly feeling connected to higher dimensions that are kind of guiding you and telling you that you have something that you need to say. You need to really say it. You need to do this. And for some of you, this teacher, like, she's very rebellious. So I feel like stepping out of this communication here and connecting with this authority, like when you have Maria Magdalena on your side, like she's very rebellious. She can make a lot of crowded people. She can make a whole crowd listen to her of what you're saying, because she's saying it from a place of love. I feel you hold that same energy as you're moving forward, and you're saying that this is not correct, it shouldn't be like this is not serving everyone. Everyone is listening and encouraging and standing by you here, because you have her energy with you. You have this, you know, when we have this redness, it's like emperor, it's like very strong, okay? You have that, and it's very positive because you're a light worker here. So, and then your card here is that part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. So what I feel here is that for some of you, you're going to open something new, something that will happen, that will help children, help young children, help them to understand how important it is to have this. From here, going back to the beginning, to be secure in yourself, because I feel like there was a survey that they made. I don't know why this is coming in right now, but 75% of girls, they have a survey looking at how confidence could affect the way that if you're going to use drugs or alcohol in the future. And 75% of those that answered that survey, girls, said that they had bad confidence and they used some type of drug. 25% of the girls that didn't use any drugs was the girls that were confident. So the same way here, I feel like you're going to see the source of confidence starts when you're young. And if you can boost someone's confidence, and you have this confidence because you've gone through all of this, I feel like you're going to help young people to have that confidence of no matter what happens, you need to have that confidence, because you will never fall into any traps of addictions, of bad patterns, if you have this. So I really feel very touched by reading this energy right now, is that you're going to help so many young people. And I feel like if you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm not so connected, then this is saying to you that people that spirit has sent to you, like people in your community, a child that lives close to you, like all of these souls that are connected to you, you're actually helping them in their future of not falling into the same way that you did. It's so beautiful. I'm so sorry. I'm getting touched here, because I love children myself. I'm a Cancer, but this is such a beautiful thing. So whatever that you're doing, Spirit is acknowledging you here to these connections that are sent for you to connect with, to help these children. Support them, because you know this journey of being here, being bullied, standing in your light and understanding this. So you just being present to them gives them a helping hand and healing, okay, to these young people. This is very beautiful. And again, you got Maria Magdalena, she's a rebel, so you're standing here. So if this is, which I'm feeling this connection to also here in this workspace, that maybe there are some people here that are young and that are feeling like, okay, I'm going to start my work here. And then they're noticing, okay, this is quite difficult here. And you kind of moving away or saying what is happening is actually giving them the confidence to say, hey, maybe I should change this direction. Maybe this is not what I really want to. So this is a very broad, and because it's right in the middle of this reading, I always see the middle of the reading is something that's very important. So Spirit really wants me to say that you are very valuable. Yeah, look at that. We got the Page of Wands. It's such a young, see, authoritarian and the Fool. Look at those cards that just fell out as we were speaking. It's just a very young energy, and you're going to help here. Spirit, why is this so important here with the young people? Give us one card here. Tell us more about this October month, connecting to these young people. Could be your children too. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Very reckless here, very fiery, very coming. Look at this. We have 4 cards here. We're still on the reverse, okay? I really want you all to see this, why it is reverse. It's not bad that cards are reversed, but since we have 4 planets going retrograde, and this energy here is, they're kind of connecting. So some cards are not bad when they are, but here, I want to tell you something here. we have the Knight of Wands and in reverse. So the Knight of Wands, he's so fiery. He's just attacking when he's going through. He's taking action and he is charging forward, full fierce fire. Nothing is going to stand in his way. Now we got this card in reverse. It can get too reckless, okay? So here, because you're rebellion, I feel like you're getting a nudge that you might fight for something that's right, but you need to be a little bit careful here because you might fall off that horse, okay? We want you to stay up in that horse because if you're helping, especially when you're helping children, young ones in your family, in your community, or if you want to support younger to not fall into the path, if you're connected to this, if you're a man and you're working in authority and you see these young people and you want to help them because you see perhaps you're looking at a light worker. I mean, this can be an energy connected here because I'm reading everyone's energy connected. So this, I feel like this authoritarian person sees this fiery woman that wants to help children, and he is saying, you know what, I'm just going for this. I'm just going to change something. So whatever it is that is going to happen here, it needs to be more contained. Okay, so taking action forward, but not so much that everyone is falling off that horse. Okay, because especially when it's connected to authorities, it can be a lot of range and higher rankings involved here, which can cost a lot to everyone, even down to these children. Because I feel in authorities, a lot of children are being involved now, and others are speaking up for this. They don't feel like it's right, even in the authority. This is what I feel in the collective. Oh goodness, it's a big energy here. Wow, it's a big energy, and it's a lot of taking action here. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess that we got to look at this because I'm doing a prediction here. It's very strange, but I feel like something's going to happen in October involving children, maybe children that are being children that has been exploited, that will be revealed for the world to see, to know. Something's going to happen here in October that will involve a lot of people here. But just again, because we have this in reverse, taking action here, be cautious of taking action, especially when it is helping children, because children can be very effective of what happens in the moment, even if it's something that is supposed to be right for them. So just kind of taking a little bit easy, because we don't want to traumatize children in any shape or form. So here I feel in the collective, spirit is giving message to be very careful with the children so it doesn't cause further damages. Just let their transitions be very smooth here. But to all that are helping here and connecting to Maria Magdalena's energy, this is amazing. You're all amazing. I just want to tell you all that because it's right in the middle of this reading. So it's connecting. Also, it is connecting to your inner child. So to all of you connecting here that are not resonating with what I'm saying right now, this is healing collectively. When this is happening, this is healing your inner child. So out of nowhere, because you're a light worker and this is not maybe what you're supposed to do, but because you're connecting to every other light worker, you're being affected too. So your inner child is being healed. So let's just keep seeing here. And then we're going into November, which is bringing us to Master Buddha, also connecting right now in this moment also. So take this reading how it resonates, how it goes for you, because I'm just going with it as it goes for me too. I'm just a messenger, remember? Master Buddha. So this is creating deep connection, to trust your inner voice. So what happens here in November that is very significant for you is that you have looked, thank you, Spirit. You've seen many spiritual teachers. You've listened to many spiritual teachers. You've connected to them energetically. Right now, something is being unlocked within yourself. And all of a sudden, you see your higher self. And a perspective that can only be viewed from you is emerging from within you. So with this fierceness and rebellious that you're coming in, something is opening up for yourself here. that you're starting to listen to your inner guidance. You start to realize that everything that you need is right within you. And here's what you need to do here. To attract more blessings, you need to appreciate your current blessings. Okay, this card might feel very simple, but if we're looking at what's lacking in our life, especially here, if you lost you've lost something, whether it is that you lost a connection with the child, whether it is that you have lost a position in authority, a good position that you have, and now all of a sudden you don't have that position. Spirit is saying to you that gratitude is the best medicine. It really is. Just being grateful for that you have a bed to sleep, you ate today, you're healthy, you can walk, just these small simple things, and to connect with your inner master. Because I feel like here you see that you're not so connected. I don't feel this connection to earthly things. On this November, something happens to you that you don't feel connected to things anymore. You understand that they're just objects, and that everything stems from consciousness. So all things, all people, everything that you see is just objects. And all of them are coming from consciousness first. So you're connecting back to home. And because you're connecting to this consciousness, the source, because you're a light worker, I feel it's so beautiful. I feel this dive into light. Thank you, Spirit. They're just given this, they're very happy and joyful. It's like they're kind of smiling. They're kind of saying that the most exciting thing in the universe is not when someone is too much in the dark or too much in the light. It becomes kind of normal, but it's the transition from those from darkness who start to enter into the light. It's the bridge between. I can say as a reader, I absolutely love to see both aspects. I think it's so much fun. I love to do this because of that. One day I could want to have makeup and understand this magic of darkness, and the other day I just want to be clean. I just want to be settled into my soul. So I can definitely relate to what they were giving to me. But they're so smiling. I'm sorry, I'm just smiling a lot here. They're given to me that this transition from someone that starts to become a light worker, and they're stepping out of here from this hole into this wholeness, is the most beautiful thing that the universe loves to see. Because it's like that sweetest moment when you enter a goal, or when you finish something, or when if you're a woman, give birth to a child and you go through these difficulties and you see something beautiful. It's when a seed sprouts up, out of the ground. It's all of this. It's like the universe laughs and enjoys that moment. And this is what happens in November here for you. Something happens here, and they're just saying to you that, yes, these difficulties, for someone here, for all of you that picked this number here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you pick number 5. It is saying, yes, acknowledge those difficulties. All of these difficulties that happens, yes, you can acknowledge them, but have gratitude for what they gave to you. They gave to you something that's priceless, okay? Yes, it was difficult, but now you're standing here and you're understanding that everything is just objects. And you're finally understanding it just lands inside of you. Because this is everything that's happening to us also. So for you that didn't pick number 5, this is still relevant to you, that something happens here in November, that you just have this realization, and just keep staying in this positive, okay? Because negative, just when we are complaining, we are creating negative prayers. So it's a lot of negativity. It is something that brings us down. We are just moving back to this darkness. So what you are being acknowledged here when you're moving here, because it's so simple to take this step back, because you're right there, right in the middle right now. So it's saying that keep having this gratitude. Okay, I did something. I woke up today. I tried to do something good. You took a step forward. It wasn't a big step forward. It was a little step. It was maybe even a side step. It wasn't even walking straight. But still, your effort is being seen here by the Krishna, right? You're being acknowledged that you're trying. You maybe have these difficulties, but you're trying. But don't let this darkness, these insecurities, this that wants to pull you back, because you're right in this middle of this transition to transcend completely, of not complaining, okay? You don't want to put these negative prayers out, okay? So just positive. If you don't pray, you don't do anything, don't say anything negative at all. Don't complain. Don't, just be still and say thank you. When you eat your meal, say thank you afterwards. Just these simple things, that will be enough for you right here to just keep you going. Let's just see additional message here. Master Buddha here in November, card number 5. Tell us more. Thank you, Spirit. And we have 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Look at this, still going in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is material gains. Here she's in a lush garden. She has everything that she needs. It's such a blessing. It's so beautiful. But here we have it in reverse. So it's not that she is starting to get greedy or needy in that sense, but it's more, like I said, you understand that things are objects. This is what it's confirming to you, that you see here up when it's down, all the pentacles might just fall and she wouldn't even care. I feel like you're very prosperous here in November, but it doesn't matter because you understand that they're objects. There's this inner calling that is calling you to connect again, to have this spiritual, to work with something that will create something good for the society, for the world. Everything means something to you. So it's not important of how much money you make. It's not important because you feel that you are abundant in everything that you have. When you understand that you have this inner teacher, that this is what gives you, not the knowledge that you have. It's what you have from within your soul. When you understand this richness, you see that pentacles are just something that you will leave behind. It's something more here. You see how they're so golden in the picture? It's the yellow sun represents joy, and it's with Jupiter here. So what you will realize here and in this card is that you're coming to some completion, because it's the number 9 here. So you're coming to a completion of understanding that materialistic thing is about you grounding yourself, about you understanding yourself, about you always staying in balance, because you feel kind of new here, stepping out from the darkness, moving into this light. But you're very steady here, as long as you don't get pulled back by all of these planets, by all of this new moon. So you're moving forward, but there is also a pull when you're standing still, okay? So it's just the same way when we're standing in a queue, and the queue is supposed to move forward, but something happened in front. So some people, when they stand in a queue, they look and they say, oh, okay, it's blocked. And they stand and they try to have patience, but then all of a sudden they move away from that queue. They try to find another queue, and they go, and they might delay themselves. Some of them leave their things and say, okay, I'll go buy it another day. I'm not going to wait here for 2 things or 2 items that I want to buy, and they leave the store, okay? Use this analogy the same way as you're in this standing space. Don't be tempted to look back and say, oh, maybe I'm just going to step out of this queue and look at some things on the side here. No, stand in the queue and trust that the universe, whatever it is happening in front that is causing this stop, is for the greatest good of all. And just wait patiently and know that the queue will soon move forward, okay? So you're being asked to not step out of the queue. I hope that, I don't know why I'm getting that analogy, but I don't know, maybe you're in a queue right now as you're looking at this, you're buying something. But that was the message here. So it is very fruitful for you here. So let's just continue. We continue here into the number 6, which is connected with human, and we are in December. So this is at Christmas time. This is ending at the year, even though that some are not celebrating it as an ending here. but some are celebrating it as an ending. We have a clock of wisdom. So you already know what you seek. Trust what you know. Okay, you see that snake? I'm being drawn to the snake eating his tail. You've definitely been here before. Like, I don't know if you believe in incarnation or if you're a light worker right now, but you've been here before. There is something familiar. You know, wisdom is, knowledge is learned, but wisdom is remembered. So all of a sudden, when you've been connecting to your inner Buddha, something happens and you have this inner knowledge, and you all of a sudden you understand, how can anything lack when everything that I need is within me? How can anything lack? How can I be fear? Here you're stepping out of this fear and you're stepping into this abundant state of everything flows to you naturally, because you realize that you have everything you need within yourself. There's nowhere to look for it. There's nowhere to find it. Everything is within you. It was just a matter of time for you to lock yourself up and open yourself up. Because then the other card is the idea that you're receiving our heaven sent answer to your prayers. Okay, so this idea that happens here, something happens here, which we said, this connection, that you are going to find this group of people, connect with people, and your creativity starts to blossom here. Because I feel this transition for some of you that are getting out of this, that are starting to work from home. So you're not working in a working environment space, you're working from home. This is for some of you that I'm feeling that your creativity starts here. And then there's an idea that suddenly comes from this, your inner self. You can only bring this unique, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting a very exciting energy, very, very, very fiery, and just shooting away. You have something unique within you. You have something that you can, that you bring a different flavor of what you are creating here. It's different from everything else that is out in the market. And it's very beautiful. Maybe it is the way that you write, the way that you sing, the way that you play something, that just some poem that wants to come out of you. There's just some idea that is divinely guided, like something from everything that you've ever known from your inner self that is being expressed in this December month. This is beautiful. Let's see this additional. What is this divine guidance that happens here in December, connecting to this? No, let's not take them because there are too many. What is this divine guidance here for December? And Master Kutumi. This clock of wisdom. What does the viewer need to see and know? Look at that, the Emperor. Oh my goodness. Like the Emperor goes for it. That's what I felt when I said it's like shooting straight forward. The Emperor doesn't care, okay? The Emperor, when the Emperor wants to do something and goes for it, the Emperor goes for it. So here, as you're getting this guidance, you're divinely connected. You've seen, you've connected to your soul. You are inside of yourself. You are just taking charge, moving forward into your endeavors. You're not letting anything stop you. Okay, nothing can stop the Emperor. When the Emperor just decides on something, nothing can stop the Emperor. I love this energy because the Emperor can be overbearing. You see, he's sitting on this cold throne. It's very, it feels very cold, and he's so decisive. And you see, it's just a desert out there. So it doesn't matter if it's desert, how empty it looks, how unfruitful it looks. The Emperor, he will make it look fruitful, okay, because he doesn't stop. So this is what I feel for you here in number 6, that you've picked this pile. You are connecting. Your masculine energy is just on point here, and you're taking charge. For the first time in your life, you're taking completely charge over yourself, over your situation, over your life, because you're connecting to your inner wisdom, okay? You're connecting to your inner wisdom, and your knowledge is already on point because he's very knowledgeable, the Emperor. But you've connected here and you've healed from the peacock feather here in Krishna's devotion. You've healed your feminine aspect. And as you are in balance here, you are unstoppable force. Moving in to January, as you start and regenerate to your new year, here, of course, we are ending with Sanat Kumara. And goodness mine, look at this. Jupiter is stationed now in this beautiful July on the 22nd. Remember we said that? And you have Jupiter's twin flame. Look at that. It's the counterpart of Jupiter's planet. So this is an otherworldly energy. This is what I said, you're a light worker. That's why this card is here. There is an otherworldly, and we began this reading, remember, with the card Green Tara. She's also alien, so you're very alien. You're very connected to other starseed, other galaxies. You've been around many places, okay? So you have a lot of knowledge here, standing here on this clock. And this is light activation. As you're standing here and you have all of this, your light starts to activate. You're getting new light codes. You're getting new downloads coming to you that you can express in your special way, okay? The way that you express it is so different, and it's so much needed here. I love this. I'm getting so excited for you guys to end it like that, because it's here. Allow yourself to receive. Open your arms to the blessings that are being sent to you by higher dimensions here. Why am I saying this to you? Is because here we are in the receiver. You see how it goes like a cycle? It began here, it ends here, but then it goes back. You see? Again, like the snake, we're going full cycle. See? Because here, when you realize here that you need to open yourself, and you are a child of God, is the express that they use, one of them, but you are also a part of the whole universe. You count, you matter. And all of this bullying and difficulties has caused you as a light worker not to understand that. But here, as you've been training, going through this path, you're training yourself to allow yourself to receive. So here you're allowing. The more you can allow yourself to receive, the more light codes you get, okay? Sometimes we block our own blessings. We say, no, but I ate the wrong food, or I said the wrong word today, or I haven't meditated enough, therefore I'm not allowed to receive these codes. So our belief system blocks what we're supposed to get. Instead of believing that we receive everything that is happening is a path meant for you. It is meant for you. Nothing can take that away from you. It is meant for you to walk on it, to become this light worker. All these difficulties, bullying, being misunderstood, was meant for you to build this resilient, this strength, okay, that you have here. And here you're practicing again to receive. Because the more you can receive, the more downloads and light codes you can receive that can help not only you, but everyone around you. So this is such a great blessing here with Jupiter that is going to help your endeavors, everything that you're meant to do, whatever you are meant to start, however it falls into your life. Look at this. We got the Emperor, the first card that is upright. Coming into December, stepping into January, we are getting upright. And it is the Emperor. So he is really taking it upright. And just, wow. And look at this. You see there we were talking about the Capricorn. You see on his chair on both sides, it's two Capricorns there. You see? You see? There it is again. This connection again. And it's 4. So you're like, I see this box, and you are out of the box, but you've mastered the box. So you know in the box how they think. I feel like this is connected to some of you in the authority here, that you're always supposed to be in the box. You can't be outside of the box. It's not good. Yes, but you can be outside of the box because you mastered the inside of the box. See, when you mastered inside the box, you know how it looks in and out. This is kind of dimensionally. I hope that you can follow into this. I don't know why that came through, but take it how it resonates for you. Let me see here. With the last here in this beginning, what does the viewer more need to know here? Look at this divine. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at it. Divinely protected. Look at that. All of these sticks up here. All of them trying to attack. But they can't. They're down there. They can't. See, you're up there. See, now you're standing up there. Now you have this resilience that is needed. You have this discipline that you've learned. So you're there. You're up there alone, see? You don't need to fight these sticks even, because these higher dimensional energies are backing you up. So you don't really need to even do anything standing up there, just to look at these sticks. Because I feel also that you've learned from these sticks their situation and where they are and how they see it. It doesn't mean that it justifies what they're doing when they're down there, what they've done, when you left them here, when you understood that you didn't want to overgive. But it taught you something here. And the divine is protecting you. So you are protected here. Even if you feel like you have to fight off, you constantly have to be in this masculine, you constantly have to put up a fight. Spirit is saying you don't have to put up a fight. You see, an down card is the Hierophant. Again, authorities. That you feel like you have to fight off these energies, because polarity energies will always be here. Let me see if this card is left here. I wanted to show you guys something. Yeah, I don't know if you could see it. I thought it was very light, so you couldn't see it. I hope that you can see this card. But the card under here with the last master here was dual cool. And he is Dharma unfolding. And when I saw this card, green Tara fell off first. And in the bottom energy is Dharma unfolding. So you are always on the path. So this is what this master teaches us, that you're always on your path and he is working with you. You are taking one step to happiness, okay? Sometimes we want happiness, but we can't digest it. If we always gave ourselves unhappy thoughts, unhappy relationships, unhappy situations at work. So when we're supposed to receive all of this, we need to receive it mouth-fed, spoon by spoon, okay? It has to be gradual for us to completely receive it. The same here with the downloads. The more that you're open to receive, the more you will get. It just is all about how much we can open, and we cannot force ourselves to open more. We cannot force a child to eat a full meal when they are just breastfeeding. It's impossible. We need to understand that it's this stepping. It's this stepping of evolution. It's this stepping of everything in our creation, that it has to be gradually to be sustainable, okay? The same way with success. You might want success to be overnight. You're standing there, you're ready. You're ready on this July. You feel this energy stepping into the Leo season, filled of confidence. But there's something that you need to work on within yourself. You still need to stand there and complete these cycles of coming in so they don't have a hold on you anymore. You know, sometimes we need to be tested from our past to see, can they still bite you or is it empty? That's why people from the past might come back to you right now. They might test you. Some other relationship might challenge you. All of this is to see if you are ready to let it go, if you're ready to go to the next stage. You see, the universe and creation is very kind and loving and just wants you to be happy. We are always restricting ourselves and perhaps blaming it into outside circumstances, when it really is also our inner state, our inner beliefs that dominates the situation. So however these cards fell in for you and how you've been connecting with it, I'm reading these cards for this month. But also, I want you to know that every month you can come back to this video and look at this video with every number. If you're connected to a certain number a lot of times, go back to this video, look at the master and what was connecting. Because as we're connecting right now, you've already connected here. So that means when you see something, the spirit already knows where you can go back. It's where your thread is, okay? Your thread is where you've been putting it and how you can find it back. So the same way here energetically, this is where you can find it back. So I really want to support you all to have it moving forward, because I feel like this July month is kind of like not giving us that start. So it's very important to see what needs to be released here and let go of and understood, and what needs to move forward here and how can it move forward. So by knowing this, you know the energies that you're connecting with. And I hope that these messages helps, because this is why we do them. And thank you for sharing this energy. We're so honored to have you here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes, and just growing this channel. And just, it warms my heart to know that there's a place where are light workers, all people that feel like they're misunderstood or different can feel a place where they can feel loved. I want you to know that you can always find this space here and feel that it is authentic and that it is true, so that you can grow and be whatever that you are meant to be here. So I'd like to thank you for even wanting to look at videos like this to advance yourself and to understand yourself more, because it's beautiful, no matter where you are in your journey. So as always, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. Sending love your way. Bye, everyone.